camera uprange at the 100-yard target. It's already recording. We have this Ruger American Gen 2 450 Bushmaster set in the Alpha Birchwood sled here. We are ready to sling some bullets down the range. I am excited. So let's see what this gun will do. We will be starting out with the Hornady Custom, and they are the 250 grain. As a matter of fact, 250, 250, 245, 260. So we're right there, pretty close to the same on all of them. Let's do this. All right. Oh wow. So for me, the first shot is just a little bit light and low. So a little bit right, like an inch right, about 2 inches low, but that's me on this gun. I am not trying to get bullseye. I'm just trying to group this gun and see how each one of them really does. There's really not a lot of recoil. Of course, it's in this sled. But we're going to get it out of the sled here in just a little bit and try it without the sled. Definitely shoots just a touch right for me. Trying to warm up my finger here just a little bit, my hand. So the next one we're going to shoot is the Hornady Whitetail 450 Bushmaster, and it is the 240 grain soft point. So far, initial trigger pull for me is really not bad. It's cold, so I'm glad that the trigger is just a touch heavy for me, so that I can feel it. I got a hand warmer in my pocket that I'm trying to warm my finger up, but let's try it. Let's see what it does. Let's do upper left hand corner. I'll tell you, this gun really amazes me how light that it is. I mean, this is a really good weight gun and length to carry. It just really is. I love how it's kind of compact. I love the length. I love the colors. Yeah, I mean, so far, what I've got to play with this gun, I really do like it. I may pull that just a little bit. Ten-4. There's no reason why those would not kill a deer. They shoot just a touch high, but overall, I mean, they shoot pretty doggone good. Alright, next up is the Remington AccuTip 260 grain. Them rascals show that they'll take up to a buffalo. That's pretty impressive. I don't know what the range out to that is, but they just remind me of Superman's kryptonite when I look at them myself. But let's see how Superman's kryptonite shoots in his 450 Bushmaster. Upper right hand. touch high. Alright, guys, we are back at the house. It has been a busy couple of days trying to shoot this gun and get it back to my buddy John down at Three Guys Outfitters. If you live around Abingdon, Virginia, get by there and see him, talk to them. They're great guys. He's been really wonderful to allow me to borrow one of his guns, and especially this brand spanking new Ruger American Gen 2 450 Bushmaster. Uh, I'll try to say quickly first. Uh, we're going into, well, we're in 2024 now, and I love what I do, and I've hit like 103 subscribers. That's more than I'd ever dreamed that I would have, and it's because you guys see value in his content. I'm going to be the first one to admit that my videos are not the greatest. They are not the best. I'm a 47-year-old country boy that really don't do a whole lot with you know, stuff like this. But I am thankful. I love what I'm doing, and I do it because first, because Jesus Christ gives me the joy uh, to to keep doing this, and the compassion. And if there's one thing that I could show you or give you this year in 2024, it would be to know Jesus Christ as your Savior. He is what makes everything work. He's the glue between my wife and my family. He's the joy in my heart. He's why I do what I do. So, having said that, thank you for what you're doing. Thank you for all that you've done so far. Thank you to Three Guys Outfitters for acknowledging that I'm trying and that my content's decent, and that you guys trust me to be able to borrow one of your guns. So, speaking of guns, the Ruger American Gen 2. Alright, so I got a hold of a SD card that did not want to function very well, so I did not get all of the content out of it. I got as much as I can, but you've noticed by now that the further you get into the video, the more that the sound and video are off. So yeah, I done what I could. Uh, so the gun really performed the way it's supposed to. I didn't. I struggled with the cold, and I struggled with the eye relief on that scope. Not so much the scope as the fact that I wasn't about to take that scope off, because I seen what groups John, the owner of this rifle, was doing with it, and those groups were 1 inch or less. They were great groups. I myself could not do that with this gun, mostly because I struggled with the eye relief, and it was pretty doggone cold. However, if you look at the reviews and you know Ruger, these guns shoot good. They shoot just like the Gen 1s do. I have no doubt that they will function flawlessly and work great like the Gen 1s do. However, I really like the fact that these guns have a stronger stock. They're a little bit more rigid. They seem to have a little bit more float between the barrel and the forearm. The triggers are really not that bad. I love the three position safety. The grip on it's a little bit better. It's got a little bit of texture, more texture to it. But probably my favorite two things is, one, you can adjust the length of pull, and you can adjust your cheek rest height or your comb height. I do wish that they would have added at least a one size spacer less, and one size spacer height. Throw it in with the box free. I really wish that they would have done that, just like A lot of these guns add the back pieces on the handguns. I can't think of what they're called right now. Backstraps. But the most important thing that I like on these guns is right there. I love the fact that they decided to go ahead and thread their rifles. They call it a 20-inch barrel. I love the fact that it's a little bit more compact. The the threads work great. The compensators that are on them, or the muzzle brakes, they do what they're supposed to do. But the overall length of the gun is just 2 inches shorter. And if you hunt some places like I do, where it's pretty thick most of the time, and you're not shooting 300 or 400 yards, that little bit of 2-3 inches makes a big difference getting around the woods. So I really like that barrel change a little bit, but I love the fact that they added um, threads to the barrels. You know, adding a can on a gun makes a big difference. I love shooting suppressed, so that was the biggest takeaway on that gun that I really like. Will I own one? Hopefully, my wife isn't listening. But yes, I will own one, if not two. I got a couple that I really am considering trading up on. I've got the Ruger American 308 and the Ruger American 7mm 08. I, yeah, I could see myself trading up on those to a Gen 2. Mostly just because of the fact of the threads on the barrel. That's huge for me, and it's probably huge for you. Again, guys, thank you for joining me. I really enjoy what I do. I, I know I'm not the best at it, but I thank you guys for being a part of what I'm doing here. It's fun. I love God. I love what I do. So I just want to share and invite you guys along with me in this route. So remember, love God, love your family, love your country, keep loving guns and hunting. All right, take care. God bless.